Hello, today we'll be going through an introductory class about C. So I'll be talking about why C language is required and necessary, and also give you a brief information about what we'll be learning in the next few coming up classes. So what according to you is a language, and how is it different from the language of a computer? A language is basically used to communicate with another person or a group of people. Using a language, we get to understand others and also put forward our thoughts. Similarly, a computer language is used to communicate with the computer, and when it comes to communicating with the computer, it involves speaking the language that the computer understands, which immediately rules out English as the language of communication with the computer. One such language which can be used to communicate with the computer is C language. It was developed at AT&T's Bell Laboratories of USA in 1972. It was designed and written by a man named Dennis Ritchie. In the late 70s, C began to replace the most familiar languages of that time. And probably why C seems to be popular is because it is reliable, simple, and easy to use. So the classical method of learning a language, as you see in the flow diagram, is to learn the alphabets used in the language, then learn to combine these alphabets to form words, which in turn are combined to form sentences, and sentences are combined to form paragraphs. Learning C is similar and easier. Instead of straightaway learning how to write programs, we must know what alphabets, numbers, special symbols are used in C, then how using these constants, variables, and keywords are constructed, and finally how these combined to form an instruction. A constant is an entity that doesn't change, whereas a variable is an entity that may change. For example, here as you see, 3 is sorted in a memory location and a name x is given to it. Then we are assigning a new value 5 to the same memory location x. This would overwrite an earlier value of 3, since memory location can hold only one value at a time. Since the location whose name is x can hold different values at different times x is known as a variable. As against this, 3 and 5 do not change, hence are known as constants. Now, let's go to the types of constants, and the two major types are primary constants and secondary constants. And primary constants include integer constant, real constant, and character constants. And secondary constants include array, pointer, structures, union, enum, etc. Rules for constructing integer constants are: an integer constant must have at least one digit. It must not have a decimal point. It can be either positive or negative. If no sign precedes an integer constant, it is assumed to be positive. No commas or blanks are allowed. Rules for constructing real constants are: a real constant must have at least one digit. It must have a decimal point. It could be either positive or negative. Default sign is positive. No commas or blanks are allowed. Rules for constructing character constants. A character constant is a single alphabet, a single digit, or a single special symbol, enclosed within a single inverted comma. Both the inverted commas should be pointed to the left. The maximum length of a character constant can be one character. Next, coming up to the types of variables. A variable can be differentiated by this method. A particular type of variable can hold only the same type of constant. For example, an integer variable can hold only an integer constant. A real variable can hold only a real constant. A character variable can hold only a character constant. And the rules for constructing a variable are: a variable name is any combination of 1 to 31 alphabets, digits, or underscores. Some compilers allow variable names whose length could be up to 247 characters. The first character in the variable name must be an alphabet or an underscore. No commas or blanks are allowed. No special symbols other than underscore can be used in a variable name. Now let's look into the keywords that are used in C language. Keywords are the words whose meaning has already been explained to the C compiler, or basically to the computer. The keywords cannot be used as a variable name because if we do, so we are trying to assign a new meaning to the keyword, which is not allowed by the computer. The keywords are also called as reserved words, and there are totally 32 keywords in a C language. And the listed below are the keywords given in C language. Some of them are auto, break, case, character, constant, etc. We'll be learning about these keywords in detail in the next coming up classes. So with this, we come to the end of this introductory class about C program. In the next class, we'll be learning about how to install code blocks in order to write programs. Thank you.